Business people 1 of 2 October, November 2020. Yeah, the first question says, define the term branding. When we talk about branding, it's a marketing practice that creates a name for a product or a business. You get the point? So it's a practice. A business is trying to make a name for itself. A business is trying to make its products different from those of its competitor. That's why it's making it it's giving it a brand. I think it's clear. So explain 2 ways branding may help a business. Based on the definition of branding, we said branding is a business practice that a business is using to try to create a name for itself. So one of the importance of branding is that it gives a unique name to a product. Do you get the point? Yeah. That means it gives a unique selling point to a product. So it differentiates a product from those of its competitors. Number 1. 2, it attracts customers to certain products. Because when you brand your product, the kind of branding you give to your product might attract customers to start buying your product. So it could increase your revenue as a business. Is it clear? We go to question 2.
Define the term gross profit margin.
So gross profit margin is gross profit divided by revenue multiplied by 100. Gross profit over sales multiplied by 100, or revenue over 100.
Okay.
Clear? So we move on. So explain 2 ways the business might improve its profit margin. So how do you improve your profit margin? By reducing your cost. So one of the ways in which a business can reduce, improve or increase its profit margin is to reduce its direct cost. And what are those direct costs? We're talking about cost of labor. We're talking about buying cheaper raw materials. These are costs that are directly linked to your production. So if a business can reduce those direct costs, like cost of labor, cost of raw materials, then the profit margin would increase. Okay. The second point here is workers' productivity. If you can increase worker productivity, that means they'll be more efficient. If workers are more efficient, they are more productive, the profit margin would rise. How can you do this? You can do it through non-financial motivation. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So non-financial motivations like perks, like employment benefit, whatever you can use to make workers to be,
Yeah.
That is the point. I think it's clear.
Yes.
Fine. So I think that is clear, right? So go to question 3. Said, explain why a business might remain a private limited company rather than change to a public limited company. So what are the benefits of remaining a private limited company? First, what is a private limited company? A private limited company is a company that is a medium-sized company that has shareholders as friends or families. It's a medium-sized business or company that its shareholders are friends or families. Okay, right?
Yeah.
So one of the advantage of one of the reasons why a business might want to have wants to remain a private limited company rather than being a public limited company is the fear to lose control. Losing control to the public. When you become a public limited company, that means you are able to sell your shares to the public. Then you cannot control who buys and who don't buy. So that means someone you don't know might one day take over your company. Did you get the point?
Yeah.
You might think you are selling your shares.
You feel secure, like your family, your relatives.
Yeah, you feel secure, but you feel insecure when it comes to a public because anything can happen any day.
Yeah.
The second point.
Define the term.
No, the second point about they said we have to give 2 points there. Another reason why you would want to remain a private limited company is because of the stress and hassles that you have to go through to become a public limited company. It is expensive to become a public limited company. It is stressful.
Time taken.
So this might be the reasons why you want to remain a private limited company. Is it clear?
Very clear. 4, define the term effectiveness.
Effectiveness. When you talk about effectiveness, what does effectiveness mean? It means you are doing better, right? You are getting things done at the right time.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to say something here. That's question 4, right? So when you talk about effectiveness, like I said earlier, it means you are getting things done at the right time, Everything is when they want it at a due time, you are there giving it to them. So yeah, I said it is the ability of a business to achieve its aim and objective. So you have an aim to achieve. So as a business, if you are able to achieve those aims, that means you are effective. As an individual, if you are able to deliver on time, it means you are effective.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Delivery, when you are able to deliver.
Yeah.
So the next question says, explain 2 ways a business might raise productivity levels. Now, what is productivity? Output divided by the numbers of inputs, right? So I said a business might raise productivity levels in the following is 1. Productivity implies to the ratio of output regarding input. That's the first definition, right? We talked about that. Business might raise the wages of employees. That's another way in which you can improve productivity. When you increase the wages of employees, they become happy, they become more motivated, they want to increase their effort, the effort they put at work. The second point, train them. When you train workers, they feel valued within the organization. And with training, they had more skills, more knowledge, and it gives them the ability to do better. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
What did I write again? Okay, that's all about that. We'll go to question. I did question 5 anyway. It said, analyze how a business might satisfy the self-actualization needs of its employees. Self-actualization is you becoming the best version of yourself. That is self-actualization. So how can a business encourages this? How can a business make you to achieve this best, this actualization? So the first thing I wrote is giving employees challenging and fulfilling work. Give them works that are challenging and are fulfilled. Not like give them something that makes them to want to do better.
Yeah.
That's the first point. The second point is providing them with financial and non-financial rewards. Here we're not saying give them money, give them reward them. You have to reward them based on the efforts. Do you get the point?
Yes.
So it's going to be like you are recognizing their achievements. Not that you're just giving everybody like, oh, share of profit. No, we're not talking about share of profit here. We're talking about individual rewards that brings out what they actually did.
Okay.
That's how we call it self-actualization. So you are rewarding them because they've really put effort. They've achieved things that are unachievable, things that are unimaginable.
Oh, okay.
Do you get the point? So because you reward them through that way, they feel, oh, so that's where that place I'm going to, it's really the place I should go. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they are putting effort. At the same time, you recognize the achievement they are putting, the achievement they've really put through.
Okay.
Let me get another point there. Let me see. Yeah, the top point I made is provide opportunities to develop new skills. So also encourage them, give them opportunity to develop new skills. Because when they're able to develop new skills, they become experts in it and they become specialists. You get it?
Yeah.
Give them autonomy to be able to do things. So in the course of doing those things, they get better in it. They become experts. And that is self-actualization too.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes.
The next point is about job enrichment, job enlargement, and job rotation. This also brings out self-actualization because job enrichment, job rotation, job enlargement are all job satisfaction. So an individual that is happy with its job or her job would want to put more effort to reach the top within that organization. Clear?
Yeah.
So we go to B. They said, discuss the significance of McGregor's leadership style for managers in a hospital. For McGregor, it has the theory X and theory Y. For McGregor, it has theory X, theory Y. So yeah, I wrote, according to McGregor, there are different attitudes of managers to workers depending on the culture of the organization. So according to McGregor, he feels managers would come up with their approach, either autocratic or democratic, based on the working culture or the culture of the company. That's the first thing about McGregor. So theory X explains the importance of supervision, external rewards, and penalties, while theory Y highlights the motivating role of job satisfaction and encourages workers to approach tasks without direct supervision. So what we're saying is this: for theory X, it's based on ensuring that you are supervising your workers. You're sure that they are doing the right thing at the right time.
Yeah.
And they listen to you. That is theory X. But for theory Y is basically making sure that your workers have job satisfaction. So you are giving them the opportunity to explore. You are giving them the opportunity to also make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the point we're making here? So theory X is more like autocratic, and theory Y is democratic. So it depends on how the organization is running. But this is an hospital. So here I wrote, theory X may lead to autocratic leadership style, which may be needed in a private hospital, especially during surgery. During surgery, the doctor is there with other colleagues like the nurses, but the instruction comes from the doctor. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So at that situation, theory X is applicable. They have to follow instruction because he's the most knowledgeable and experienced in that field. So to avoid any mistake, they have to listen to him or her. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That is theory X approach in the hospital.
Mm.
But theory Y, this may be democratic. So in the public hospital, you want to encourage your doctors because maybe they get lower pay. You want to encourage them. You want to ensure that they can give the best. They can give the best of health service to the patients. So you could use theory Y.
There.
Do you get the point here? Okay. So that's all about 2021 or 2020, October, November.
Mm.
Okay.